What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Monday, by the way. Hopefully, you guys have a good start to the week going on. In today's video here, we got a little bit of Plarium news here in regards to some events that will be happening during CVC. You got CVC happening in about 18 hours from now. I will be streaming during the start of CVC, so if you guys are around, make sure you guys drop on by. It is going to be personal reward CVC, guys. Also, if you guys missed it, we do have a very quick turnaround giveaway, and that's going to be attached to the previous video that I made yesterday about Taras and Marichka. Make sure you guys check that out and enter. Make sure you guys provide your UMID as well as the keyword for that video giveaway to enter into the draw. It's like some gems. I think it's one void shard and some fiery chicken nuggets. Anyways, without further ado, let's jump into this little news announcement here. We do have two progressive events happening on two separate days. So each day is a separate progressive event, 15x on a champion of your choice. Let's check out day one here. We got Glorious Palace. Glorious Palace, I do love this champion. I think she's one of the best non-void, non-mythical support champions in the entire game. Amazing kit. It's got this A1 here that brings in a random ally from the Argonite faction. We don't have to mention how powerful this is because we see Lady Mikage with the same type of A1. When paired up with somebody like Ninja, she is absolutely insane. Same thing with Glorious Palace. This is just going to get better with time as more Argonites get introduced into the game. Her A2 also incredibly high value cleanse, 3-turn full team cleanse with the block debuffs and fervor. Fervor is just all positive attributes, increased damage, reduced damage. And then she comes in here with a 4-turn team revive with the strength and increased speed. Unfortunately, this can only be used when allies are dead. Otherwise, this would be another level. The passive here passively gives you a shield whenever you receive a debuff, which is huge. And it also passively bumps up your turn meter at the end of this champion's turn. So it's basically just a turn meter boost every time she takes a turn. So you want to build her super fast so she gets as many turns as possible. Lastly, she got a resistance in all battles. I think the aura is probably the weakest part of her kit. The rest of her kit is amazing. Her base stats are perfectly acceptable. 109 base speed. You can build her super fast. Amazing support champion. After that, we have Dune Herald Saharis from the Barbarian faction. Saharis, again, like I mentioned this many times, this guy gets featured in progressive events all the time, but he never ever gets any kind of showtime with anybody's account. I think his kit is okay. He's got a 3-turn block debuff, increased speed on the whole team. And then he's got this single target steal with the buffs spread. And then it comes in with the block buffs, block actives. This is on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, Alice, it's kind of similar, except she has the AoE, kind of like the AoE version, right? She comes in with the AoE attack, buff, steal, and then buff spread, and then she lands a stun. So instead of a stun, he lands a block buff, block active on a single, and this is on a single target, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown. So this is a very useful set of abilities, but the problem is that it's a single target. So it's going to be less effective, and obviously you're still going to run into the same issues that Dorothy runs into. Did I say Alice or Dorothy? I think I mean Dorothy, but you're going to run into things like Stone Skin, Lightning Cage, Mercurial. It's going to give you all sorts of problems. He has a passive here that's pretty good too. Gives you increased accuracy right at the start of the round, so that could be very helpful. 108 base speed and 20% speed in all battles. I mean, he's probably fine, but yeah, he gets featured a lot, or at least I noticed that. Sticking with the Barbarians, we got Freya here, another turn meter booster. We got the 3-turn full team cleanse, block debuffs, and a turn meter boost. Very nice ability here. Increased defense, and then a shield based off of defense. Perfect on a 3-turn cooldown. And an AoE provoke. Low chance for the provoke. It's only 40%. But it will activate whenever the shield placed by this champion is removed by damage. So you get extra opportunities to land provokes. Her passive, also incredibly strong, passively stacks up her defense as well as prevent the death of the ally with the highest crit damage and giving them an instant turn, which is amazing. 110 base speed, very fast champion. Moving on to the next champion here, we have from the Sylvan Watchers, Elva. Elva is very good. She is, I believe, the return champion. I don't know if the return pass champion. If you've been inactive for a while, you get a chance at Elva. I don't know if that's still a thing or if they rotate the champions out, but Elva, amazing support. Speed in all battles, great base speed here. It's got the A1 continuous heal, got 3-turn full team cleanse with the block debuffs and increased speed, and then the single target revive on a 3-turn cooldown. Passive, very good. Also a little bit of healing, and then the perfect veil can be super annoying. Generally, just a really, really solid looking support. And then lastly, for non-voids, we have from the Dwarf faction, Mr. Brogni himself. Brogni, very solid champion, obviously, over all these years. Actually found some new life in PvP because his passive with the shields can remove material stacks when you hit into them, the reflect damage, right? So give him a shield set, make him super tanky. He can reflect back and kill off some total guard stacks. Block debuffs, increase attack with the shield on a 3-turn, and then she's got a little bit of a strip here on a 3-turn with the shield grow. It's not particularly offensive powerhouse. It's hard to build him with big offense, but he's there for the big shields, a little bit of support. So very, very decent. That rounds out the non-voids. For the void champions, we got some spicy ones here. First up from the Sylvan Watchers, we have Neve. Neve, one of the best, I would say one of the best champions on my account, at least. But she is a crazy champion, mainly because of this block damage passive. Places block damage on all allies at the start of the round, and each time she drops below 50%. So if she goes below 50%, you get block damage. If she heals back up over 50% and then drops back down again, you get another block damage. But yeah, she's really crazy. She got this really nice big heal here. The heal can be massive with block debuffs, ally protection on a 3-turn, and then this ability can be sneaky damage. So first of all, they have to be under 50% HP, and then you can hit them with ignore defense, ignore 50%, and then she will always crit. So you don't need to build her with crit for this. And the shield coming out of this can be massive. So if you can kill somebody that's low HP, you can get a massive shield, full reset on your entire team's cooldowns, and then a humongous shield. For A1, also relatively okay. Decrease attack, decrease crit rate, no accuracy required on this, and it can land occasionally. Really, really strong champion. I love her. I use her a lot. And then after that, we have Sifi. Sifi, I also have this champion. She is, yeah, obviously a partner in crime with Rhodos. This ability, Whirlwind Romance, 4-turn cooldown, block debuffs, increased speed, turn meter boost, and a increased defense. It's a great ability on a 4-turn. I think it was nerfed to a 4-turn. Initially, it was a 3-turn many years ago, and it was nerfed to a 4-turn because people thought it was too strong, and it probably was too strong. And now I think it's a little bit too weak. I think it's a little bit too weak. Her turn meter boost was also nerfed down to 10%. I believe it started at 20%, and now it's down to 10%. So she's been nerfed a couple times over the many years. I think it's about time to bring this ability back down to a 3-turn, in my opinion, but maybe that's too strong still. Single turn revive here. It's a perfect revive for Rhodos, 55% HP, increased attack, increased crit rate, and full turn meter. Yeah, this one's okay. 4-turn cooldown, full turn meter is very important. Can't expect this to be a 3-turn, but if it was a 3-turn, that'd be pretty strong. Passive, also very nice. A little bit of healing and a little bit of protection from freeze, fear, and true fear. Big resistance in all battles. 114 base speed, one of the fastest champions in the game. 115 is the maximum. CV is generally just really good in a lot of areas. Of course, with her A1, no accuracy sleep, irresistible sleep also makes her extremely annoying. But yeah, generally, I would say she's used very seldomly in PvP, but of course if you draw her in PvE early, she's going to be a huge carry. And then lastly, sticking with the undeads, we got Necrit the Great. Necrit, very strong. I would say he's maybe seen a little bit more play maybe recently. He does bring the ally attack, which is really nice, good against Mercurial. He's got triple hit A1, which is also good against Mercurial. And then, of course, the passives that protect your lowest max HP champion, which is very nice, giving 3 buffs right away. So I would say he, probably seen a little bit more play recently, especially with the Mercurial abilities or counter abilities. So that's going to be day 1. I mean, obviously, if you're pulling Shards, which I highly don't recommend for these champions, I would probably gamble for, Glorious Palace, and then I'd probably gamble for Neve if I didn't have Neve. But I have all 3 of these champions, but Neve is the most impactful, the most used on my account. But a lot of these champions are really good. Like if you had any of these champions, you would just say, yeah, these are all good champions. Maybe Zaharis is the worst one, so I would probably stay away from that one. But all of them are good, solid champions. Let's move on to day 2. Day 2, same thing, guys. We got progressive event happening, and they have a different set of champions. First up, we have Osgrin the Defiler from the Dwarves faction. Osgrin, Very solid kind of crowd control champion. He's got an ally attack here with increased attack shatter, which is pretty good versus Mercurial. He can be a threat. If you're playing against him, you know he can be a threat to snipe your Mercurial, Reviver, or something like that. He has a 3-turn AoE strip here with the turn meter pushback with the potential to stun also. So pretty good crowd control, but turn meter pushback's not great against Stone Skin or Mercurial. So PvP, this one is not super reliable. I'd rather take a turn meter boost, of course. He's got a big speed in arena battles. And then a cool passive here that whenever somebody on your team dies, he'll activate this ability, the strip, turn meter pushback, and then stun potential. So it can be quite annoying. It's on a 4-turn cooldown. If you're not aware of it, he could really break the whole rotation open, right? Because then he's gonna cut in, push back your stuff, and then yeah, their enemy team might be able to get a turn out of that. So he can be quite dangerous. So you gotta be worried about that passive. Up next from the Undead Hordes, we have Harvest Jack. Harvest Jack got the buff of the century this year, making him totally viable now. He's got a 3-turn here, AoE attack with True Fear, decreased speed, and turn meter boost if the turn meter pushback if the True Fear is placed. So you get decreased speed and turn meter pushback if the True Fear is placed, and then you get a irresistible sleep if the True Fear is not placed. Also decreases turn meter by 30%. It's kind of weird wording here, but you're either getting decreased speed or sleep, depending on whether True Fear gets placed or not. The big thing about this sleep ability is that it's irresistible, which is amazing because this is perfect for the Sand Devil because you can't fear the Sand Devil. So then you're always going to place a sleep on the Sand Devil, an irresistible sleep. So Harvest Jack actually works pretty well against the Sand Devil. Obviously, you still need a team that works, but you get the irresistible sleep out of it. And his A2 is an insane A2 on a 3-turn cooldown. It's an AoE attack with the full strip, decreased attack, block buffs, and an extra turn. If you took away the extra turn line here, it's still a good ability, and then you get an extra turn out of it. So it's really, really nice ability here. And then you got this triple hit steal ability, good against Mercurial on the A1. He is, I think, immune to fear. Yes, he is immune to fear. And when he's attacked, he's going to decrease the duration of all buffs up to 100%. And then also when your allies are attacked, it's going to decrease the duration of all buffs on the attacker. So, pretty good, team-wide support and really good abilities here. Harvest Jack, really crazy high HP 02 on his base stats. He's going to be up for grabs. And then what else? We got Arman's. Arman's here from the Barbarians. Still incredible champion against waves. Any wave-based content, faction wars, Doom Tower, anything like that. He's going to be crazy. For Arena, less crazy nowadays, obviously with Stone Skin, with Wand, with Mercurial. All this stuff really hurts his ability to manipulate the turn meter. Even Sheep, which was, one of those best things about his whole kit, obviously got countered pretty hard by Wand. So it's quite risky to use this champion in like live arena, but for PvE content, he's pretty dang good. Just a crazy champion at controlling waves. Up next, we have Hilvi, the Rhyme Call from the Dwarf faction. Very good champion, was a guaranteed champion around Christmas time last year. Really good, really good overall kit. It's got speed in all battles, 110 base speed. That's like arbiter level speed. It's got decreased defense on the A1. Got a strip and freeze on the A2. And then it's got this really nice revive block damage increased speed. But you can use this when nobody's dead. And you will get increased speed with a turn meter boost on a 4-turn. So she's really versatile, just a solid champion here. This ability, I think, would be maybe slightly better if I don't know, if it was on hit. If it was on hit, it can have a chance to remove Mercurial stacks, but I guess this is kind of better against I don't know, affinity issues, I guess. It's Tachyon, I guess, but yeah, it's still really good. Passive here, whenever an enemy receives a freeze, the champion steals a buff, places HP burn, and decreases turn meter by 10%. So a lot happens whenever an enemy receives a freeze debuff, and she can land the freeze here. You can also pair her up with some popular freeze champions. The one that I use with her most frequently in live arena, it would be Glacea. Although I don't use both of them like full time, they do end up together occasionally, and they have pretty decent synergies together. So just something to keep in mind. Her passive is pretty cool. And then lastly, we have the newly juiced up, what is it? Sausage lizard. There you go. Virgum car. Recently juiced up. He got a buff again. Hopefully this time is enough to make him useful. He's got an A1 stun here. Okay. He's got an A2 3-turn cooldown, full enemy, actually full team cleanse with the increased defense and shield. This is pretty solid. This is pretty solid ability. And then he's got a A3 here on a 3-turn cooldown. It's going to be an attack. It's going to be a full enemy strip. And then has a chance to place heal reduction and decreased defense. Again, very solid. Heal reduction has shown to be quite useful against some more difficult content, and a decreased defense is always going to be solid. His passive here also decent, immune to provoke and stuns. You also get a turn meter fill each time an enemy attempts to provoke or stun this champion. And then you get a slightly smaller turn meter fill whenever an ally receives a provoke or stun. I think it would have been interesting if you gave him some kind of crowd control, like maybe make his AoE like a stun, like an A1. Give him like the chance to stun or provoke, maybe like a small chance. That would have been kind of interesting. But I mean, as a support champion, he brings a lot. You know, he brings solid debuffs with the cleanse, and then he brings he brings a cleanse here, and then he brings a strip here. So he brings a cleanse and a strip with solid debuffs and solid buffs, and then he's immune to whatever, some crowd control. So it gives him opportunity to get these cleanses off or strips off. So I would say he's a decent support champion, actually. Definitely worth a look. Not really worth chasing or anything like that, but definitely much better than before. Let's hop over to the Void champions. We got Odin, a Fae, a Father. Odin, very strong champion, especially in 9-piece Mercurial. His passive's obviously insane. Block damage after 9 turns with the buff spread. Crazy. This ability is still really, really strong. 3-turn cooldown. It's a touchless ability. Strip and a decreased defense and stun. This one, A3 can smack. Don't underestimate it. Still want to build your Odin with 100% crit rate, so you can take advantage of this ability. His A1 is places Berserk. It's good against supports, not so much if you want to target like a damage dealer or anything. It makes the enemy deal more damage, but they also deal more, take more damage. Sorry, so it's good against supports because supports won't be doing much more damage, but then they'll be taking more damage, which is good. And then he has the big speed in arena battles with the Void allies. Eventually, once Void Mythicals come into the game, who knows? This might be like a crazy aura. But for now, just regular Void champions for Odin. And then what else we got? We got Tormund the Cold. Tormund the Cold from the Dwarves faction. We just spoke about Hilvi recently. Tormund, still okay. I mean, he's got an A1 AoE. I mean, it's good to clear total guards. He's got a single target strip here. Not too bad against the level 21 Faction Wars boss, I guess. You can remove the reflect damage. And then you got the AoE provoke here with the block buffs. Heal reduction can be super annoying. His passive is obviously where he's going to be most interesting. Whenever an enemy receives a buff or have a turn meter fill, he has a chance to freeze them, which is crazy. Used to be the menace of the arena until basically Stone Skin came into effect. Then Stone Skin kind of shut him out, and Mercurial further shuts him out. So yeah, there's that. Still a pretty good champion for like wave clears and stuff like that, but definitely reduced function over the years, but still good champ. And then lastly, for the Void champions on day 2, we have from the Ogryn tribes, one of the better Ogryns. We have Gurgle the Augur. He was buffed, a year and a half, 2 years ago or something. But he has a strip here on a 4-turn cooldown. He plays this freeze as a touchless ability into an extra turn. And then he has an AoE attack with decreased defense. He doesn't get stopped by enemies being frozen. Basically, when enemies are frozen, they take less damage. But in this case, his damage makes up for it with this passive here. So he makes up for them being frozen with this passive. So they don't get any damage reduction against him. He's okay. I mean, he can hit okay. And then he comes in with the speed in arena battles, which is kind of like a decent mix, right? You give him the speed aura, he can come in, he can be a debuffer, control champion, or a damage dealer, because he can actually deal a little bit of damage also. So in some ways, he's kind of like Odin, where Odin has like control and then damage, but Odin obviously brings in the passive, which is insane. Gurgle's passive, like million miles, not even close, but Gurgle's not bad still. and definitely not bad for the Ogren tribes if you're going to use them for faction wars and stuff like that. So for day two, I mean, if you're going to shoot for any of these champions, I mean, probably still it's going to be somebody like Hilvi, I mean, Osgron, Harvest Jack, and then for the Voids, I think it's going to be Odin. The other two are just kind of crept up over the years, right? But like I said, guys, in any case, I wouldn't recommend going for any progressives right now. Any kind of gambling events, I would definitely stay away from if you can. Save up some of your resources because we are, at the beginning of a brand new campaign, Echoes of Oz, and there's definitely going to be some guaranteed champions along the way, and we got some good champions in the Echoes of Oz. So definitely save up your resources and keep an eye out for their events instead of these kind of progressive gambling events, right? Anywho, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it was informative for you guys. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys are planning to do. Like I said, make sure you guys hop on by the giveaway video, the Marichka Taras video that I made yesterday, and then make sure you guys enter a comment. We'll be drawing that tomorrow. And yeah, make sure you guys drop on by around the start of CVC. I will be streaming for a couple hours at the beginning of CVC. Drop on by and say hi. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching until the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.